Well, well, well. We're back. We're playing Disco Elysium. I woke up this morning with a bit of a sore throat, which sucks. But it ain't that big a deal.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
I probably shouldn't try that. Let's see. Do I have anything to talk about the last video before I get into this one? Not that I can think of. I woke up like less than 20 minutes ago, made my coffee, took my Adderall, and now I am ready to go. I went to bed at like 8 last night. It's 6:17 right now. I was just laying in bed, and then as soon as I started thinking about how I could play Disco Elysium, I just got up. I was like, oh shit, I can play the video game.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder
What is this
investigation.
wild flower?
She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style?
What's Sambo?
A martial art, sir. Is that it?
Samurai boxing, or Sambo, graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth and cool.
Yes, why was it there?
Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know, officer. Because of the wind?
Or an admirer?
Any admirers, miss?
Admirers? I'm too old to be a debutante. And this place is no fashionable society.
Question avoided. Let's conclude that she has admirers. Plenty of them.
Let's return to this later. Alright. It's 9 o'clock in game. Only a little bit before I can get my gun and be a real bona fide communist. Well, I've got 4 hours left until I've thought about the wasteland of reality. I hope that means I get to just stop being an alcoholic. Cause that shit's hard. I don't know if I'll just be able to think my way out of it. But Harry's got a lot of struggles. You know what I mean?
The Coppernado is back.
The Coppernado. Hey, about that complex operation out of Ruby's lorry, I think that's tied to another case I'm working.
Nope.
That's all he says. He doesn't even do anything.
Next question.
Alright, I'm gonna take off now.
Nope.
Alright, that's reasonable, Titus. I didn't really expect you to give me anything there. I can't level up my perception. Find the murder weapon. Locate a working firearm that shoots 4.46 ammo. Okay, so I can talk to so I need to go to the village to do some stuff. I need to go across the water lock.
The old woman still sits in her chair, continuing with her chores. As she does so, she quietly hums to herself. There's a gap where the name of that song should be. You should ask her about it right now.
You're still up?
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older.
She sloshes the water in the bucket around for a bit. I hope that doesn't happen to me when I'm older.
My suggestion is, don't grow any older than you already are. That's old enough. What's troubling your mind?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
True.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
That's very reasonable. This isn't about the Union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation.
Ah, I should have known. This is yet another Union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here.
I see. You know something, but you've decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
What's the song you're humming?
A lullaby my mother used to sing. I sang it to my kids too. It's an old Samaran children's song.
What's it called?
Surrender to the night.
She replies, rocking slowly back and forth.
That's kind of grim for a children's song, even if it is a lullaby.
Yes, more conceptualization, let's go. Sounds nice.
Yes, it does.
Goodbye, I'm off. Alright, let's talk to, I think her name's Lillian. What are these doing in the fish? Perception boots? Why didn't I get these sooner?
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Oh? Who?
I'm looking for a suspect who might have stayed in this neighborhood.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Very recently, over the past few days, she might have arrived on Friday.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning.
Really?
Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
That's it. I'm not looking for anyone else right
Well,
now.
how can I assist you then, officer?
Be seeing you. Man, I'm actually kind of upset about these perception boots that I just got. Like, they're well beyond when I need them right now. Also, my camera, boom, it's right up there.
It's
Right up
getting
there.
late
My main
and
monitor,
it's
it's right
snowing.
here.
Time to call it a day.
No, not yet, not yet. So I can't look in there before I send Kim away. I got 40 minutes to kill before we can get my gun. I will investigate where the shots potentially came from. I'll check the boardwalk, the island, and Land's End. If you haven't noticed, there's still a pile of clothes on my bed, amongst other things. Oh. You can imagine why calls become terrible sometimes. They don't have a dresser right now. Probably already mentioned that. But as soon as I get one, I'll be able to put my clothes away. Right now, I'm sleeping with them. Because I'm in a smaller goddamn room right now. Let's go. 66 Real. 0.66 Real. It's a big wine canister. It's open and empty. Who's this bloke? Careful there. The floorboards look rotten and weak.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be.
Kim, what's that smell?
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Eyes up, detective. Something's not right here.
Don't tell me this bloke's dead.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
A tragedy.
The lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content.
Examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol.
Leave. Look at this bloke.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent
gosh.
and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Hold on.
The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. Two bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Damn. Study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made.
Ooh, search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark.
Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
Oh.
That's what the chewing gum seems to point to as well.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just the one at the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Tear all around us.
He looks at 2 other bottles forgotten near the coin-operated viewer. Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
The entire
Step
boardwalk
back.
creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
This is so heavy. Like the fact that the bottles are still around kind of communicates that this area hasn't been touched. Like while everybody's making commotion about the hanged man, this guy's been here dead for 2 days and nobody's even come over here. Nobody even knew he died. Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
This is an omen, a sign from above. Don't start drinking again.
He looks like me. I could have ended up just like him, dead on some empty boardwalk with a bottle next to my corpse.
Well, at least you're not married.
Oh, the lieutenant points at the ring on the man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and gray.
Or, what if you are?
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Could it be related to the lynching, Ruby?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time frame.
We should consider the possibility that we're dealing with a sequence killer here.
A sequence killer? There's nothing that connects those 2 bodies. This is a completely different case. An accident.
What if all of this is staged? He could have seen something that night in the yard.
What if he witnessed something? All of this could have been staged. We don't know the exact cause of death.
It's possible, but let's take it step by step. We still haven't identified the man.
Do you think he was drunk?
Oh, yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
That's true. Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous. I mean, I don't really believe that. I feel like somebody should pick it up, but I don't think anybody's responsible for it. I'm just gonna say this.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour as short as possible. The sooner we get back to finding Ruby, the better.
Yes, but isn't that kind of sloppy?
Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest.
I mean, Inland Empire was kind of hinting at me, right? Right? What if all of this is staged? He could have seen something that night in the yard. Let's return to this later. I still need some time to decide how I want to solve this case.
No need to rush.
This coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. Check the boardwalk for bullet traces. Check island for bullet traces. I'm gonna put on my perception stuff right now. Okay, so yeah, what if it's related? Moonshine probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. So what if it is related? I can kind of see the possibility where it is. And at the same time, I'm not too sure. A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. The same address the lead programmer of Fortress Accident was looking for. The church. The rock? What the hell? Why is there $2.50 in the rock? I bet Ruby's in here or something.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Could this structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling? I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Walk away. I can't open that fucking door. I'm willing to bet that it's tied to the case somehow.
Just dead and dying locusts, and the slow swaying of surrounding reeds. Poor things.
No. That makes me sad. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Tio Mortini.
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
Look over the water to the whirling in rags.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay.
Oh, it's 1.5
Through a
kilometers.
thick
1.2
snowstorm
kilometers away. Wow.
melting flake by flake in the waves, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. It's late. There is no light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. No shape moves behind it. Glazia must be out on the town.
Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took the shot there.
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
What about the cigarette butts?
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joan? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Tiomotiri was a Revacholian colony on Ilmara. The Suzerainties population was mostly Ilmaran Areopagites, up to 97%. The region was known for its tobacco export, hence the name.
I want to know a lot more about this. Do I? Sure.
Oh, you do? The butts you saw had a silhouette of a boy wearing a coffee hat, a tobacco picker. This boy is the Tiomotiri brand logo. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Juan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, a legendary cigarette from Grad. Tiomotiri is favored by older men who like its old-fashioned paper filter tips, insane amount of tar, and the sweet smells of colonialism and halva.
Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator.
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year.
He looks around.
Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out Biddable Prime, was it?
I can agree with that, Kim. I can agree with that. Oh? You took a mental note. Tio Martini. Seems important somehow. Okay. I'm cool with that. Full of holes. Could these posts hide treasure? Look inside. Holy treasure! Can I search all of these? I'm getting rich! The planks creak beneath your weight. The ladder leads to a school of fish swimming in the kelp. Let's talk to Joyce.
I'll just keep the Cordelacci in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She wins the mooring line around a post.
Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, detectives.
She fastens the end of the line around a post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Have you been spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Cordelacci red. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
Of course you like it the better that way. So how do you like it here? Look around.
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze toward the village, slush. melting on the cinder blocks. Construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
She squints her eyes.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
That's funny.
All right, politics time. Let's react.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Wait, don't worry, I got her sword. You're right to be scared. This is all your fault.
Maybe.
She leans against the railing, looking up at the gray sky.
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
Do you know how they discovered this place?
This island?
No. They're in Celindian, Isola.
What is an Isola exactly?
I'm guessing you don't know then.
No, I don't know how they discovered it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oh, the word, that's my name. Oblivion? That's so me! That's so me!
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Well, it was good running into you.
Godspeed, detectives.
Thank you, ma'am. Do keep an eye on your boat.
Oh, I know she will be keeping an eye on her boat. She does not trust anyone here. Well, you know what time it is. It's like the Cassidy voice line from Overwatch, you know? You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Gonna keep saying it over and over. So, confront the pigs. Someone's been running around. You must get her to the old fish market. Wait, just walk past the fishing village until you see the boardwalk. I went to the wrong place. I have no goddamn clue what a boardwalk is or where it would be. I'm gonna be real. See, I'm thinking to myself now, the name boardwalk kind of implies that it's like a board that you walk on, you know? Am I right? Am I right on that one? That's the pigs.
Put your hands where I can see them.
The aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now! Show me your hands! Right now!
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
You shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her. She's completely out of control.
Wait, what? Wait, you shouldn't be here. Something's very out of control. No, I need this ledger to take no— Oh my god, I'm like really fucking alarmed right now. So, you shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her. She's completely out of control. Do I have time to ask him what we should do? Because he just reacted. He saw a threat and he just pulled out his gun. It's like, I don't blame him. The saber is only decorative. It's not a threat to you.
Failure to comply. Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer, under duress! Officer, under duress! I am the police. Don't move. Don't move. Hands on your head. Suspect is armed and dangerous.
I am not moving.
Suspect is on the loose. Suspect at large. Officer, administer street justice at our own peril. That one extra lick with a baton or extra knee strike above was what was actually required. Suspect is under control. Suspect is under control.
In her mind, you're under control now. The next moment, you're not. It appears the things she says are very real to her, as long as she's saying them.
Be
Okay.
careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
Hand-eye coordination. Time to get my gun. We can solve this peacefully, ma'am. Please lower the weapon.
Officer in need of assistance! Suspect alert! Get on the ground!
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
Let's just talk, all right?
Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot! Big red key! Big red key!
Big red key? That's code for the battering ram. Cop talk. You know this. What happened to make her like this?
Yeah.
Loneliness.
Loneliness, though.
Again, a neurodegenerative disease.
Ma'am, we're here to help. Tell us what's wrong. What did she say? Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Take the shot. Ma'am, we're here to help. Tell us what's wrong.
The woman looks at you, but through you, like you don't exist. Her eyes gleam feverishly, and the rotating police beacon lights reveal deep scratch marks on her cheeks.
This is the police! Unlawful engagement! Hands on the ground! Scumbag!
So this is what the weather's like on the other end of a cop's gun.
I hear you, ma'am. Look. Start slowly bending over, hands going on the ground.
Fascinating.
Lieutenant's eyes stay fixed on the woman and her gun. He studies them closely, then mumbles.
See? This is what happens when we are not around.
Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's a goddamn police shitbag! Hug the pavement! You're under arrest!
You're not the police. We are the police.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Status unconfirmed!
What if we act like we're her backup? Lieutenant W. Freighter Harrier Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Kitsuragi from the 57th.
No, no. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth. Aggravated assault! Man down! Officers in pursuit!
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
What's the situation, officer?
Law enforcement compromised! Impersonating a police officer!
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
We really are cops. Look, my badge.
License and registration! License and registration! Come in, dispatch! Sector! Azimuth!
It's not a code, just disjointed words. She's losing it. One twitch and there will be blood.
It doesn't look good. Let's deal with this
We
later.
can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing a firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
Oh, no. So I have to... Oh, no. I'm locked. I'm locked into this. No. Come on. Please. If we're going to pass one low percentage check, I want it to be this one. I do not want this woman to get shot. I don't want anyone to get shot here. Please.
She's
No!
frantic, confused, teetering under all that gear. There's an opening if you just move fast enough. If not, the lieutenant's got her in his sights.
No, I know myself. I know I'm gonna fail.
Sure, you're you, but how do we end this? She's not just gonna let you leave.
No gun is worth this risk. Slowly back away.
Confined quarters! Assailant coming at me! Split-second decision! Fire at will!
For a moment there.
I was 80% sure the gun is empty, and still the instinct almost took over.
Oh, okay.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
She looks devastated. Grab the gun, right now. This might be your only chance.
Pick up your gun.
No one ever cares anymore? Why would they treat me like this?
This linden-headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is grinding to a halt. Tired of walking the desert, it doesn't want to feel or think anymore.
Poor woman. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
You're not alone. We're all here.
The woman stands in front of you, motionless, unresponsive, almost like an inanimate object now. A mountain of police paraphernalia. In there she is alone, trapped in a world of blue and red lights.
That's so sad.
Her children and their children, if there were any, stopped coming when it got really bad.
No. What do you think is happening to her?
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this.
But why was she like this in the first place?
Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8 and loneliness.
You're probably right. Loneliness.
Yeah, looks like a bad case. But the question is what to do with her right now.
I don't want to arrest her. Should we just arrest her?
I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without the gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone. We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
Yeah, Titus sounds like the man for the job.
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late, and they might have already gone home. But I think we are done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Please, leave the radio on.
As you turn to leave, the faintest of voices come from the woman. She mutters. It seems like a reflex, a half-remembered sentence.
Reflex to what? Being left alone. Exactly. With only the voice of Gareth Morand to accompany her on Channel 8. She must have built a new, sadly better, reality from the only material available. Radio waves and cop shows. She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and flashes now. Maybe if you search her once more.
I'm gonna leave her alone. Oh man. Oh man. A 3-shot revolving barrel Villiers LaSalle pepper box, typically assigned to officers of the RCM upon reaching the rank of sergeant. The butt of the gun is worn, and the engraving on the side reads Sunrise Parabellum. This is your gun, no doubt about it. A library card found from the pocket of the dead man on the Martinez boardwalk. It's still slightly damp to the touch. The cover bears the stamp of the Jamrock Public Library.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member.
Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
We should first decide what to do with the body, before taking any other actions. Let's take another look at the body and talk things through.
Put it away. Well, unfortunately... Gosh, oh my gosh, I was gonna say, unfortunately, I don't have time to deal with that body, because I have communist organizing to do. Ugh, I don't like that. I don't like the idea of leaving a corpse there when it's like kind of my job to deal with
The
it.
light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
Yell ho into the slit.
There's no echo and no answer.
What's in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Kim, any idea what's down there?
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
Think we might find Ruby down there?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building.
But not in there?
I hope not.
Finish thought. Alright, so what if I take care of this body? Because I think that it is like our job, right? Another power box. Charges now. Charges nothing now, it's empty. 'Cause it's kind of like our job to deal with that
The
stuff.
remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Try to see inside.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside?
No. I won't even try. You know,
He takes his glasses off.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well.
Oh.
It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask. He wouldn't answer. Maybe some other small talk.
Can you still shoot, though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
So I've got a handful of tasks to do now.
A man lies on
What should we do
From
with
where
him?
I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to
We
handle.
found him. We should finish this.
Alright, we've already examined the library card. Let's call the Jamrock Library from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about this Billy Méjean. And while we're there, we should also call the station. Let them know that we are taking the case.
Okay. Would it be a good idea to pick up these bottles? It doesn't look like I can. What if I have like what would happen if I equipped a sword in one hand and my gun in the other? If Titus is still here, I'm gonna tell him about the pigs.
The Copper NATO is back. What do you want?
What do you want? There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yep, her.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Courant or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick.
Oh.
We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig?
She had my gun.
You're fucking with me. Your gun. She had your fucking gun?
Sure did, boss. Heard him loud and clear. The pigs lost his gun to the pigs.
Well, at least I can see you got it back. If you have any questions.
I don't have time for questions. Thanks for helping out with this one, Titus.
No problem, old cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
You kind of weird for saying that, Eugene. It honestly does make me really happy that they are helping.
Again, you find yourself looking at that big old window.
I can't put any skill points into perception.
Alright, we're gonna have Kim bag up the body. And then we're gonna go talk to the communards. 'Cause I know the password. I know the password. What am I? I want to save first.
The bear's eyes.
Let's
are
bag him,
still
Kim. Take him away.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Bag the corpse and drag it to the motor carriage. Let's see, it's 22:39. Still 22:39. And I'm alone. Get yourself organized. Attend Staban's meeting after 10 o'clock at the Cape Side Apartments. Wait, what? Where are the Cape Side Apartments? What is this? Oh my gosh! What? They're just what in their shoes? Y'all see the shoes? Oh, they're inside the shoes. I see. Oh, it's okay. This door is accessible to me now.
As you approach the metal grill, you can hear several voices having what appears to be an animated discussion.
I'm gonna go make more coffee before I do this. I got coffee. I'm gonna be cutting out like over 15 minutes here. Probably playing for like a little over another hour or so.
This must be it. Beyond this door lies the beating heart of radical communism in Martinez.
Let's go.
Somehow, the night air softens the smell of trash and sea brine. As the breeze pulls through the canvas like a shuttle through a loom, you catch a hint of something unexpected. Something earthy, warm, and burnt. The acrid smell of failure.
Ooh.
No, that's just slightly burnt coffee. A smell you would recognize anywhere.
Just
Not
look
my
at
coffee,
this
though.
pig, sniffing about after hours.
Hey, it's past curfew. Go to bed, Cindy. Cindy. Nah, that's lame. That's lame. I don't know. Why didn't you say the secret door was right behind you?
Must have slipped my mind. You know how it goes.
She gives you a lackadaisical shrug.
The metal grill is cool to the touch.
Bang on the grill.
The clang of metal reverberates all along the scaffolding. The voices coming from the other side fall silent. A pair of frightened hares cowering in some dark crevice of their burrow.
Who's there? Is that you, Maurice?
Are y'all communists? I'm looking for some communists.
Who said communist? Did we say communist? Get out of here.
Listen, I've already built like 0.0001% of communism, but I need to get organized. Can you help me?
For a moment, silence.
What's the passphrase?
I believe it's... I'm pretty sure it's this one. It's Remember Dobrava and Abadanais.
There's no response. You begin to wonder whether they've slipped out some back way. No, they're still there. You can feel them back there.
All right. The key's taped to the back of the door frame. Just make sure you put it back when you're done, or we'll all be locked out. And do watch the concrete. It just kind of falls away, in places.
Have fun at your underground meeting, pig. Hope it's a blast.
Let's go.
The two young men are either oblivious to or ignoring your entrance. Their attentions are fixed on whatever it is they're stacking in the middle of the floor. Matchboxes, it appears.
I think it's holding, Alexis.
It is. It's holding.
Careful, careful.
Huh.
Damn, hardly any difference.
The young man shakes his head, and then looks up at you with barely concealed irritation.
You're late.
You should know the meeting starts at 10 p.m. sharp.
His companion looks up at you and squints. Dog, you're a bunch of communists.
Hey, Steban. Isn't that your jacket?
What a coincidence. You two have the same jacket. What are the odds?
That's awesome.
Based on the prevalence of white Sarah Mauritian suits in Martinez, extremely low.
It certainly looks like my jacket, Alexis. Where did you get that, gendarme?
I just found it. In a room.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. That's real Sarah Mauritian twill. Only old Saramurtian communists and drug smugglers wear those anymore. See, Uli? It's just like Mazovrot. How does it go again?
Those committed to the rights of property are those most apt to violate them.
Huh. His companion nods emphatically.
Just a minute. Steban, Ulixis. Why do those names ring the faintest of bells? Probably because they're the real names of Nazteb and Exilus, the authors of that so-called essay about Tip-Top Tournay you read. You should get to the bottom of this when you have the chance.
I assumed it was Maurice who broke into my room to play a trick on me. I didn't think I'd actually been raided by the RCM.
There is surprise in his voice, naturally. But is that a note of excitement you also detect?
So do you want your jacket back?
Absolutely not. You have to keep it.
Awesome.
Can you imagine the look on Morris's face when he finds out the RCM has been kicking my door down?
He'll shit himself. Positively.
So it's Saban's apartment.
And now they've sent one of their agents to infiltrate our meeting.
He rubs his hands together excitedly. Hold on, I'm not here to infiltrate your meeting. I want to join your meeting.
The RCM wants to join us?
A quizzical expression.
Interesting. Does that mean you've done the reading?
Uh-oh. No one said anything about reading. You'll just have to wing this one.
I'll have to wing this one. I failed the drama check. Just wing it. The reading, yes, I've definitely done that. I don't know. I don't know what to say here. What is this reading? I thought this was a revolutionary group. I'll wing it. I'll wing it.
You have? Excellent. Let's hear your critique then.
I thought the themes were interesting.
They always say that when they haven't done the reading. Well, this is getting awkward. I'm not sure what you're expecting to find here then.
There's profound consternation in his voice. You suspect it's about something bigger than your not having done the reading.
Probably about lying, yeah.
Maybe he can explain himself.
What exactly are you two doing here?
In the most generous sense, I would say we're cultivating revolutionary consciousness.
Yes, that's probably the best way to describe it.
But more specifically, we are running a reading group. The most rigorous and theoretically advanced materialist reading group in Martinaise.
Comrade Steban is a great discussion leader. One of the best at the university.
It's obvious they take this group of theirs extremely seriously. Whatever you do, don't compare it to a common book club. Yawn. Can you imagine anything duller than a bunch of Beano-clads yanking each other's knobs?
Is this where I can square off in theory combat?
We have been known to get into some spirited debates, but it's always in service of our larger intellectual and ideological project.
Precisely. We are not interested in senseless parroting. We like to read critically.
Within the contours of Mazovian historical materialism, of course.
I didn't realize they taught radical Mazovian theory in universities.
Huh. As though you can call that problem teaching.
One thing you learn quickly at university is that you're not going to find a real education in any lecture hall or discussion seminar.
We are post-attendance, basically.
Exactly. The only worthwhile part of the so-called École Normale de Revachol is the library. That's where we've made our greatest critical strides.
Okay, so what does your reading group actually read?
We study all the foundational texts of Mazovian theory, of course. Just last week we finished the second volume of Puncher and Watman's Innocence of Capital.
Truly extraordinary.
And before that we spent 6 weeks on State and Plasm.
State and Plasm?
You can feel your attention span rapidly deteriorating.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? I was one off. Force yourself to keep listening. I could just level it up right now. I have the ability to do so. I could even upgrade my rhetoric right now. I could just do that. I'm gonna let my mind wander.
Your attention detaches. The voices of the young men fade away. It's a cool evening, you notice.
Listen for night sounds.
Out beyond the dull chatter, You catch the sound of a distant seabird, and of course, the sound of the large stretches of canvas that cover the missing sections of wall. The way they billow in the night breeze reminds you of something.
The sound of a distant seabird, and the sound of a large stretch of canvas that covers the missing wall. Reminds me of a woman's skirt swelling in the breeze.
The thought is almost too much to bear. What you wouldn't give to glimpse the bare legs behind it.
Wow.
The more it hurts, the more you have to have it.
Wow.
Slowly, too slowly, the pain fades from your side. You turn your attention to the two young men, who appear just about finished.
And before that, there was Abelard's Impé Infernal.
But, of course, our special emphasis is on the theories of Ignace Nilsson and his followers, especially the inframaterialists.
I know who Krasmazov is, but who is this Ignace Nilsson guy?
Only Krasmazov's most trusted lieutenant, the evangelist of the revolution, and the founding father of the People's Republic of Samara.
It's hard to overstate how unimpressed he is that you've never heard of this world historical individual.
He also happens to be the greatest communist theorist after Mazov himself. It was Nilsson who first postulated the existence of ideological plasm, which forms the basis of inframaterialist theory.
The young man sighs. His companion
This guy's
looks
autistic.
about furtively.
Holy shit, that is so funny. I mean, you either got autism or ADHD, my friend. Did this reading group have anything to do with the lynching? Where's the rest of the reading group?
What do you mean? This is the reading group.
So there's just two of you?
We're in something of a rebuilding phase.
Some of our former comrades didn't have the ideological fortitude our work demands.
Okay, but what happened to them?
Intellectual attrition is maybe the best way to describe it. Felix said he couldn't keep up with the reading on top of his classwork. And Susanna wanted to read text other than Mazovian theory. Like novels, if you can believe it.
Alright, yeah, I was kind of getting the vibe that these guys seem like some kind of like low-key elitist, elitist intellectual fellows.
Imagine the audacity of wanting to read a novel in a reading group.
Novels, unbelievable. Shake your head.
See? Even the gendarme gets it.
We've tried
What does
recruiting new
gendarme
members,
mean?
but unfortunately the current intellectual climate is pretty hostile to inframaterialist thought. These days, if you're on the left, the ascendant schools are the Godwaldians and their iconoclasts.
Don't forget about Maurice and the turnips.
Right. Then there was the whole turnip debacle.
Whatever this turnip business is about, one thing is perfectly clear. These young students have a much deeper understanding of communism than you do.
This is true.
You could learn a thing or two from them. If you can convince them you're one of them.
If I can convince them I'm one of them. What's so bad about the Godwaldians?
They're the most depressing school of communism. They love writing long books with a patina of Mazovian theory to cover up their cheap psychologizing.
A gang of cheap psychologists and intellectual midgets. Typical Gottwalders, in other words.
Huh.
It's okay for Uli to say that, because his dad is from Gottwald.
What's so depressing about their theories? What's so bad about psychologizing?
Do you think all the problems in the world can be reduced to repressed sexual urges?
Low-key.
No, of course not. That's reductive in the extreme.
I mean, it is extremely reductive, but
Well,
probably not.
There you have it. You're not a Gottwaldian then. You see, the Gottwald school look like communists. They talk like communists. But scratch the patina and you'll see beneath that they're just depressed liberals who've read too many books.
That's funny. Okay, but what about the iconoclasts?
For starters, they love talking about beans.
Well, what's wrong with beans? I like beans.
Oh, sure. But iconoclasts are obsessed with beans. They love thinking about beans. They love counting beans. But most of all, they love building models to predict how many beans there'll be in the future.
Nota bene, iconoclast is an extra pejorative form of the already pejorative name Mazovian economists, a moderate school of Mazovianism which advocates the gradual transition to communism through carefully managed economic modernization rather than violent social revolution.
So this is like iconoclast is a pejorative name for Mazovian economists, which I feel like I can equate to a reformist versus a revolutionary.
They're by far the most bean-centric school of communism.
Ah yes, the much maligned bean counters, ensconced in their think tanks and high-rises, believing they can save the world through a series of incremental, assiduously technocratic reforms.
I'm gonna ask him what he said. What's wrong with making progress through moderate economic reforms?
Oh, please. There's nothing moderate about their love for counting beans. If I were a Gotwaldian, I would probably diagnose them with Bohnenfixierung. You see, iconoclasts claim to be communists, but in reality they're just liberals with hard-ons for spreadsheets.
And what about the liberals? Are they liberals too?
Of course not. The only people who actually call themselves liberals are mouth-foaming reactionaries.
Basically indistinguishable from fascists. You'd need an X-ray machine to tell the difference.
Kinda true, kinda true. What about Cindy? Is she part of the group?
Cindy is... how to describe her role?
Something of an ideological auxiliary, perhaps.
Yes, that's exactly how I would put it. And naturally, we support her radical counter-liberal aesthetics.
But she refuses to submit an essay, so we can't call her a member of the group per se.
That doesn't stop her from using a room for studio space, of course.
Okay. Did you say something about turnips? Wait, so... Interesting. So I wonder if these guys are some kind of like... They're some kind of vanguard, or if they're trying to be some kind of vanguard. I don't know if it's good to have a vanguard of 2 people. One that also seems very exclusionary. Because it's like, it seems like there was other people who wanted to be a part of this, but they were just kind of like shoved out by the rest of their lives. Like if they're in college and they don't have time to do their personal things, and these guys are just like, read theory, do more work. Like, you can't really do that. You can't really do that. That's not a good idea. Did you say something about turnips?
It's an unfortunate story. You see, our ex-comrade Maurice is something of an economist.
He's studying macro and microeconomics.
Right. So a few weeks ago we were discussing the extra physical capabilities of the revolutionary state. And Maurice said... What were his exact words, Ulex's?
It was unbelievable. He said, turnips don't care if they are grown by communists, moralists, or Vulcan. They grow just the same.
Basically, he was rejecting the whole foundation of inframaterialist theory.
What is this inframaterialist business they keep blathering about? You've never heard of anything like it.
Remind me what inframaterialist theory says about turnips again.
Simply that under suitably revolutionary conditions, crop yields naturally increase relative to non-revolutionary crops, which Morris somehow has the gall to deny.
Susanna said that he has been hanging out with some non-communists lately.
For us, the question boiled down to, if you don't even accept the basic ideas of Nielsen and inframaterialist theory, why are you in the reading group?
So you expelled Maurice from the reading group over an argument about turnips?
Well, it wasn't so much that he was expelled.
He just quit coming. We haven't seen him around for weeks.
Huh. This, under suitably revolutionary conditions, crop yields naturally increase relative to non-revolutionary crops. That doesn't seem like a product of the turnips. That seems like a product of the conditions that the turnips are grown under, which, like, that makes sense, but I feel like the framing, like, the yields naturally increase relative to non-revolutionary crops. Like, I feel like I understand it, but I don't know. I'm having a hard time phrasing that. I've heard enough. Let's talk about something else.
Go ahead.
What were you doing with those matchboxes just now?
The young man frowns at the little pile of boxes on the floor.
Nothing. Just messing around until the meeting started.
They're watching those matchboxes awfully intently for two guys who are just messing around. It's almost as though they were trying to create the most unstable structure they could.
Huh.
With predictable results.
Interesting. Do I know you two from somewhere?
I don't think so. Unless you've been hanging around the cultural studies faculty at the École Normale de Revachol.
Perhaps he subscribes to La Fumée.
That's sarcasm. He does not expect you to subscribe to radical communist periodicals.
Wait, you guys wrote for this?
You've read our article.
For the first time since you've met the young man, words seem to desert him.
That I did not expect.
His companion is blushing now, a sheepish grin on his face.
Well, don't keep us on tenterhooks. What did you think of the essay?
The delicate egos on these boys. Even though you're just some cop, they're desperate for your approval.
Yep.
Hey, you're not just some cop. You've got highly developed critical faculties. Now's your chance to show them off.
It was a good article. You should keep developing your ideas.
Well, of course that's just an initial foray into the subject. We're hoping to return to it for a more substantial treatment next term. In any case, I'm glad our piece found its audience. That's always the hope with these things, you know.
Is the reading group accepting new members?
We typically only accept new members once per semester. There's this whole process with essays and presentations on assigned topics.
The young man turns to his companion.
But given that we have some extra seating at the moment, I guess we could be convinced to expedite an application or two.
Stefan, you can't be serious. For gendarme?
I am serious. As materialists, we've got to adapt to conditions as they are.
This is true.
Besides, he'll still need to pass the interview portion of the entrance process.
He turns back to you.
Assuming he's even still interested, that is.
Voracious bibliophilic terratorn? What the fuck does that mean? I have an 83% chance and I can retry it. I'll convince him I belong in the reading group.
What's there to be scared of? You've really been cracking the books these last few days. You can go toe to intellectual toe with any reading group in Martinez. You've spent a not inconsiderable amount of time arranging the works in your mental library by theme and period. All the ideas and references you'll need are ready at hand. Now, chin up. You've got this.
Crack your knuckles. All right, let's do this interview.
Oh, you want to start now? Sure, we can manage that.
You've caught him off balance. The momentum is already in your favor.
Excellent.
Go ahead and take a seat. Since we haven't had time to prepare an exhaustive questionnaire, I think we can keep this interview more freeform. Why don't you tell us a bit about the books you're interested in, and we'll just see where the conversation goes.
For me, it's more about finding the right thing for the right moment. I'm more into practical books, books that help me understand the real world. Look, guys, I've got to be honest, I may have not read many books, but that doesn't mean I don't have stories. I'm more into practical books.
Aha, a real old-school pedestrian materialist. All right, we'll play along. So what sort of practical works are we talking about?
I can't say how reliable it is, but I did just read a book on pale-centric medicine.
Interesting. I always thought that stuff was common folk superstitions, repackaged as bourgeois spiritualism. Maybe I've been overly dismissive.
This is a good start. They're starting to loosen up. You feel relaxed and in control. Soon, you're debating whether a decommodified spirituality is even possible under capitalism.
That sounds like a fun discussion.
Probably not, is the answer. Which isn't to say it isn't sometimes still useful.
But in the end, I did learn how to make some restorative tea.
Oh, sounds nice actually. Comrade Mazov himself preferred chamomile tea, as I'm sure you're aware.
These kids are eating out of your hand, practically. Another quarter of an hour disappears. The questions come rapid fire, but you have an answer for every one. Now you can sense things starting to slow down. The interview must be reaching an inflection point.
Don't you think, though, that you can only really understand current events if you have a firm background in history and political theory?
Listen, books are fine and all, but to be straight with you, they're no substitute for a real story. What does that mean?
Okay, we'll bite. What sort of stories are we talking about?
A real-life procedural, complete with gory details.
Let's just say the human body starts to do some weird things when it's been in a tree for 7 days. I'll tell you about the time I woke up and completely forgot what money is. A real-life procedural, complete with gory details. Would I rather talk about the corpse that I've been investigating or my experience with, like, with having amnesia? I want to say this one. Like, I feel like I want to say this one, but I don't know if it's going to give me the results I want.
Oh, we're getting into the psychiatric pathologies of life under capital. Let's see where this goes.
Now you're getting somewhere. These boys aren't even bothering to contain their interest. They want to see how you weave the threads of this story together.
I'm just trying to imagine what it would be like to wake up with no concept of what money is.
If you encountered it in a novel, you'd say it sounded like a plot contrivance or like a fantasy.
But isn't the point that money is itself just a collective fantasy? They're gonna eat that up.
No. It's just like Maslow.
Oh.
The freeman of the future will be he who awakens in perfect ignorance of capital.
What?
Wait, Steban, are you saying the gendarme is some kind of future communist?
Another quarter of an hour disappears. The conversation bounces back and forth. Whatever their pretensions, it's clear these two have been craving something real. Now you can sense things starting to slow down. Time to wrap this tale up.
And anyway, even if you could somehow unpeel time, it wouldn't be the you who gets rich from those investments.
But that would imply that whenever you unpeel time, you leave behind some kind of doppelganger in now time.
I suppose we'll have to leave it there. But listen, gendarme. We could use someone with your breadth of expertise. With just a little more theoretical background, I think you'll be able to make some real contributions.
Yes, I would say he's got serious potential at least.
And with that, welcome to the most ideologically advanced materialist reading group in Martinez.
Perfect.
Here's your first assignment. It's an overview of inframaterialist theory. A little basic, as you'll see, but one has to start somewhere.
Say nothing, just take the book.
Come back when you're done. We'll be here pretty much every night after 10 p.m. Do be sure to take your time with the reading. We'll be eager to hear your thoughts.
Huh. Try not to think about the cracks spidering out across the floor. A rickety easel surrounded by pots of gouache? Cindy's, no doubt. Could it be the phasmid? No, probably not. But did I miss something? Oh. This one says, no war but class war. This poster reads, under the cobblestones, communism. Coffee. At the bottom of the pot, an isle of black smudge rises from the shadowy sea. +1 endurance, -1 reaction speed. I can take that, I guess. Also, now what? Cindy, have any new dialogue, maybe?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Piss and fuck the world, send their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
They seem to hold you in high esteem.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Got it. Enough of that, then.
Thank you for passing on the message. Now run along, Piggy.
I'll run along. I'll run along, Cindy. Well, so what do I do now? Since I have 3 skill points, I want to upgrade my rhetoric. Like I can keep 2 in the bank for when I fail a check, and then I can, like, when I get my 3rd, I can just start leveling up skills that I want to be higher. Because, like, there's red checks that just show up that I don't have an opportunity to retry. I don't have an opportunity to put the right clothes on for.
It's getting cold.
Enter the shack. What is this? The floorboards creak under your step.
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum.
Listen.
The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
What is this place to you? My forward base for the coastal part of my operation.
Overhead, you hear the forlorn shriek of seagulls. Far below the birds, a wooden boardwalk filled with abandoned stands, tables and benches, echoes from a long-lost time. A middle-aged man stands in a rundown shack on the edge of a fishing village, listening to the heater hum on the wall.
This feels like a cozy hideout.
Who are you talking to? There is no one here, not even cold.
Thank you, strange sensation, for a fair assessment of my current situation.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look under the floorboards.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move the board aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in here?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Search through the sand and sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. Like your own Villiers pistol, for example.
This bullet isn't for a breech loader like the murder weapon.
The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You have enough to confront her with. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Interesting.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Wash the smell of death off yourself.
Scrubbing all the necrotic tissue off your hands takes a while. The fingernails are especially hard. Death has made its way into every nook and cranny. But man persists, and finally, your bruised hands look clean and presentable. Sort of. The sudden absence of the morbid dead tissue smell is uplifting.
Leave. Let's listen to the thought.
Wasteland of reality. Congrats, you're sober. It will take a while for your body to remember how to metabolize anything that isn't sugar from alcohol. So you're going to be pretty ravenous soon. Eat plenty. You can expect your coordination and balance to improve in a couple of weeks. In 2 months, you might start sleeping like a normal person. Full recovery will take years, though. It'll be depressing, and it'll be boring. Don't expect any further rewards or hand claps. This is how normal people are all the time.
-1 physical instrument, -1 inland empire, -1 suggestion, +1 psyche. Huh. I got a boost to my psyche as a whole. I do have -1 inland empire, which kind of sucks. -1 physical instrument isn't that bad. Like, damn. Can I talk to the old lady right now? I can.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the way. Damn that girl.
I accidentally pressed the space bar and that happened. She murmurs softly.
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
I'm guessing you didn't put it there, Ruby did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
You rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag. After a long silence, her hands move into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before, but this seems different.
You said she left on Monday?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the Lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No.
The truth, sire.
What is she like, Ruby?
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much this time?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back toward her shack, thinking.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye. Do tell.
A seagull flies overhead, obviously a bad omen. It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
Her life, the world, or this? Spread your hand. This.
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that.
Huh. Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
Damn. You're right, this place is huge. She's a needle in a haystack.
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her. Better for you to stay here, get a nice cozy fire going in the heater.
The Feld electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
The Feld
thing,
electric
officer.
mural.
If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She looks around. The air is getting
She
colder.
really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
I got a book. A ludicrously reflective safety vest, like those favored by construction and road repair crews, comes with a replaceable battery pack. Makes you feel like a deep sea anemone. I'm gonna go look at the billboard, maybe read the book, and then call it a day. Like an in-game day. I actually might call it a video when I go to bed. In-game. This is interesting up there.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
Step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall. and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical. How ironic. All these dark rooms. Feld Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Why do I feel like I know this place?
Indeed. Somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light. You felt it before when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since.
Could she be in there?
You try to peer in, but there are no windows on this side. Only the disinterested whistle of the wind. Lieutenant Kitsuragi stands in front of a mirror, fixing his orange bomber jacket. You should be asking him that question.
Okay. Well then I'm gonna go back to the church so I can fast travel to the to my bed. The church is up here, right? Yes it is. And then we'll go fast travel. Wait, Silang? I can retry the Silang. Oh, because I upgraded my rhetoric. I forgot about that. I can ask Silang for money? Holy shit. I wonder how much money he would give me.
It's getting late.
No, god damn it.
It's getting late.
To the shack. Now we're gonna read. We read before bed. Concise introduction to inframaterialist theory intended for a general audience. You can tell this particular copy has spent a lot of time in someone's back pocket.
The cover of this pocket-sized volume features a swirl of orange, yellow, and green. The title, A Brief Look at Inframaterialism, is set in an authoritative yet approachable serif font. What an interesting color palette. It's vibrant, yet somehow leaves you ever so slightly nauseated. No. These are terrible colors. They're like apricots. On the inside jacket flap, you find a brief summary. What is inframaterialism? A highly theoretical branch of Mazovian communism? A collection of mystical ramblings by a discredited revolutionary? Or possibly both? This brief look, TM, introduces readers to one of this century's most fascinating and misunderstood theories in a concise, jargon-free manner.
So far, so good.
You turn to the table of contents. The guide itself is divided into several sections with seemingly esoteric titles like Effects of Plasm on Root Vegetables and Mental Projection and Transference. There's also a brief introduction about the life of Ignis Nielsen.
Start reading the first chapter.
If you're like most people, you probably believe that your thoughts reside in your brain, right? That's not right at all. Thoughts don't exist in the brain. They float through the air. Your brain is but a fish swimming through them.
Interesting. Honestly, I have no idea where some of these thoughts come from.
This sounds more like a question for a psychiatrist. See also a brief look at psychiatry. But let's stick with Ignis Nielsen a moment. As Mazov's devoted comrade and leading theoretician, Nielsen was responsible for developing much of the intellectual foundation of communism. But his interests and speculations were famously wide-ranging. During his final years in exile, he produced, among other things, an early guide to home brewing, instructions for raising revolutionary children, plans for a universal pictographic language, and a detailed materialist critique of Dolores Day's chess strategy. A true man of ideas, equal to any of the great DeLorean polymaths. But one subject he returned to time and time again was the fundamental relationship between thoughts and matter.
Holy shit.
We may yet discover, he wrote in his notebooks, that under certain exceptional circumstances, the proletariat's embrace of historical materialism may be so fervent that their beliefs take form in the world of matter as a kind of revolutionary plasm.
Hold on, can you put that in slightly more basic terms?
Certainly. In essence, Nielsen is arguing that thoughts don't just reside inside the brain, they radiate outward from it. According to this idea, the brain is an ideological transponder, constantly emitting waves of highly politicized energy, which Nielsen called plasm.
Huh, okay.
Stay with us a moment longer. What's more, Nielsen speculated that this plasm, when it becomes powerful enough, might begin to influence the material reality surrounding it. Hence the name, inframaterialism. Unfortunately, Nielsen passed away before he was able to develop these initial ideas into a full-fledged theory. That work was left to subsequent generations of communist theorists. Building on Nielsen's basic insight, these theorists reached a startling conclusion that a sufficiently revolutionary state might begin to exhibit certain extra-physical effects based on the amount of plasm generated by its citizens.
Wait, so this isn't even Nielsen's theory, it's his followers?
Correct, though certain particulars of the theory are commonly attributed to Nielsen himself. The evidentiary basis of those attributions has always been a point of contention between inframaterialists and their critics.
So these people are saying that if enough people just believe in communism, it will come true?
The actual theory is highly technical, but for the purposes of this brief look, TM, that's a fine working definition of the concept. That's because this is absolute idiocy, not even worth engaging with. No. There's something here. You can feel it.
Like, I know that there is something here, but it seems like this theory just kind of like jumped off the rails. Alright, let's hear about this extra physical stuff.
Inframaterialists divide the extra physical effects of the revolutionary state by the level of plasm required to achieve them. At the lowest, or first level, revolutionary plasm is believed to stimulate or invigorate matter without altering its essential properties.
How exactly does the plasm stimulate matter?
To take one example, during the revolutionary period, many communard farmers in Grad reported extraordinary yields of certain root vegetables, most notably turnips. The difference in these yields was simply too great to be accounted for by mere climate or soil conditions. The only reasonable explanation, inframaterialists argue, is the high level of revolutionary plasm emanating from the commune itself. Even today, in parts of the SRV, there are collective farms whose root vegetable yields exceed those thought possible by capitalist agronomists. Who's to say the farmers aren't just cooking the books? Sounds like obvious SRV propaganda. It's also been postulated that plasm may account for the remarkably full and manly facial hair observed on some communist males.
Stroke your bare chin.
Your hand feels clammy against your bare chin. You wipe it along the back of the book and keep reading. Of course, inframaterialists argue that revolutionary plasm may stimulate human physiology in other ways as well. In fact, reports from the revolutionary period claim that the most radically devoted communards were able to engage in vigorous intercourse for up to 8 hours at a time. 8 hours? There's no way. Your equipment would be mashed to jelly. Hyper-productive vegetables and ultra-horny communards are fine. But this theory hasn't quite gotten strange enough for you. And on that note, you feel like you've gotten the general idea of inframaterialism, enough to carry on a basic conversation at least. But if you'd like to go even deeper into some of the more speculative aspects of the theory, you could always read further. Of course you want to go deeper. What else are you here for? The book fits quite snugly into your palm. It would also fit comfortably into a jacket pocket.
Keep reading.
You flip forward a few pages until you come upon a chapter titled Mental Projection and Transference. When a community has achieved a sufficiently high degree of revolutionary fervor, inframaterialists believe that second-level effects may be observed. At this second level, certain hyper-revolutionary individuals may even develop the ability to extend their thoughts into material space and vice versa.
So, wait, does that mean communists can read minds?
According to informaterialist theory, yes. Under suitably revolutionary conditions, that is. Of course, one doesn't need to be a communist to be attuned to the thoughts of your brothers and sisters.
That's true.
It's become something of a folk legend that during their final meeting, Nielsen and Mazov didn't speak a single word, preferring to sit in silence with their chamomile tea, reading one another's thoughts.
That's strangely beautiful.
One of the minor tragedies of the late revolutionary period is that few reliable accounts survive.
I got 3 skill points. I kind of want to bump another in empathy. I'm going to bump one in empathy. This is my favorite skill.
Much of what we know of the Communards' activities during this period come from memoirs and second-hand accounts, some only written down decades after the fact, and of dubious authenticity.
So why do these effects only work for hyper-revolutionary communists?
Because plasm has never been directly observed, the exact mechanism behind these effects remains entirely speculative. In other words, there's no evidence that any of this mind-reading stuff is real. Why are you getting hung up on mechanisms? Open your mind's aperture just a little wider. You're so close to true understanding.
Wait, if there's no evidence plasm exists, how can the theory be true?
Most inframaterialists would argue that the inability of skeptics to detect plasm is simply evidence of their own insufficient revolutionary enthusiasm.
This seems ridiculous.
There you have it, a perfectly unfalsifiable loop. The theory is impossible to disprove on its own grounds, meaning it's hardly a theory at all. This should be more than enough for a stimulating discussion. That said, if you're still yearning for more, you must. Everyone knows books save their best parts for the end.
Finish the book.
You breeze through the next several sections until you arrive at the final chapter, titled A Communism Above Reality. When a society's revolutionary fervor reaches the third and highest level, inframaterialist theoreticians have postulated that the laws of physics cease to be laws.
Cease to be laws? What do they become then?
More like suggestions, according to some of the SRV's leading inframaterialists. Of course, it's impossible to say what exactly happens under these conditions. No known society has ever achieved the levels of revolutionary enthusiasm the theory seems to require. Some inframaterialists have even argued that it might require more plasm than humanity alone may be capable of producing.
Wait, are there non-human sources of plasm?
In the SRV, there have been attempts to organize certain species of aquatic mammals, as well as a few of the higher corvids. But, as of this writing, only human beings have demonstrated the intellectual capacity for revolutionary communism.
Has anyone ever gotten close to reaching the third level?
There are numerous stories from Samara involving bandits or fascist mercenaries being levitated by farmers from the most ideologically advanced communes. Of course, few of these incidents have ever been rigorously investigated or substantiated. The form of these stories also recalls several well-known Samoran folk tales, in particular the one commonly known as Clever Oleg and the Flying Magistrate. Among known attempts to channel third-level capabilities, the most well-documented is the curious case of Coalition warship Debutante.
I've got to know what that's about.
It concerns an interesting series of events that took place during the invasion of Revachol. As Coalition forces made landfall, a cadre of Nielsen's most fervent acolytes attempted to compress a Coalition aerostatic with their collective will. According to Communard law, these acolytes positioned themselves at the top of a redoubt just over the bay of Revachol. From that vantage, they proceeded to visualize pinching Coalition warship Debutante between their fingers, a gesture believed to assist in the extra-physical materialization of their thoughts.
Did it work?
The acolytes, along with the redoubt, were vaporized in an artillery strike before the process could be completed. Picture the lot of them, all standing with their fingers in the air 1 minute, the next reduced to a bloody mist. It's been said, though, that in the weeks following the battle, the captain of the debutante noted an increase in incidents of crewmen striking their heads on unexpectedly low bulkheads. Of course, colorful anecdotes only scratch the surface of what inframaterialists believe may be possible in a truly third-level society.
What would a third-level society even look like?
Some have theorized that such a society would be fundamentally unrecognizable, lacking many of the institutions we typically take for granted in advanced societies, including organized governments, financial institutions, and law enforcement. Did that book just say there's no place for you in this future?
Damn.
Others have argued that people living under third-level conditions will be immune to such infirmities as hunger, disease, and mental illness. In some of his later writings, Nielsen himself speculated about the potential for an extra-physical architecture that disregards the laws of bourgeois physics and instead relies on the revolutionary faith of the people for structural integrity.
Meaning the buildings stay up because people believe they'll stay up.
Precisely. Nielsen observed that the financial system operates on the same principle of faith. So why not an architectural system?
Because the financial system is based off of, like, a social contract, something that does not physically exist. It is a social construct, and an architectural system is a physical construct, one that exists within reality and, like, abides by the laws of physics. But this is saying that in a third level condition, the laws of physics no longer apply. But that doesn't make any sense. How do you arrive at that conclusion?
On the following page, you come across a few black and white reproductions from Nielsen's own notebooks. One sketch depicts a government ministry shaped like a great inverted pyramid, a hectare in width at the top, balanced atop foundations the size of common apartments. Another depicts a leaning tower wrapped in a dramatic helix. The caption beneath it reads, "The Tower of History."
Plausible or not, there's something beautiful about this idea. Is there any more?
There is no more. You've reached the outer theoretical limits of communism, and in less than 200 pages. If you'd like to read further, may we recommend a brief look at Occidental architecture?
I'll read the introduction on Ignace Nielsen.
Known to his numerous admirers as the evangelist of the revolution, and to his even more numerous enemies as the apocalyptic Shrike, Ignace Nielsen remains one of the most controversial and fascinating figures to emerge in the years of the anti-centennial revolution, second only to Karamazov himself. During his unparalleled life, he helped guide a revolution in one country and found a new state in another. Along the way, he committed some of the most notorious war crimes in an era famed for its atrocities. And yet, his most fascinating contribution to history may be the most overlooked. His theory of ideological plasm, from which his followers and successors developed the school of communism known as inframaterialism.
Put the book away. That's fucking weird. That is fucking weird. Like, all that seems bogus. I'm gonna be real. That shit don't make sense. And, like, the fact that that theory has been built by not even the man himself, and it is credited to him by, like, the people who follow him, that's kind of sus. It's mad sus. I don't know what to think about that right now. Because this seems like some manifestation shit, right? Like I feel like I used to be a person who would see people talking about manifestation online and I'd be like, "Oh, that's stupid. I'm going to manifest $1 million." You know, some shit like that, because like I would say something ridiculous that's never going to happen. But I think that like the real, like what manifestation really is that like if you want something, you have to want it to happen. And when you want it to happen, like if you truly want it to happen, you will be taking actions in order to create it, right? Like if I want $1 million, I'm not just going to sit here and pray that it shows up. I mean, I guess I could pray because that is like I actually want it to happen. But like I don't want to talk about praying. Like I can't just sit here and hope that it shows up. But what I can do is I can build myself like the means to get $1 million. Like if I really wanted to. Like, I'm not saying that that's something that I believe is possible, but if I truly wanted that, in order to manifest it, I have to go out of my way to create it, right? Like, if I want to manifest communism, I can't just wait for it to happen and believe it's going to happen. But that belief that it's going to happen and that desire to manifest communism is going to manifest itself in my actions. In like if I, as Harry Dubois or the player, want to manifest communism in this game, then that is going to reflect in my actions of going out of my way to do all the communist things, to look at the communist section in the notebook, try to get that number as high as possible, and to go talk to the communist people and go do things that I believe are communistic. You see what I'm saying? I hope I'm explaining this right, because like I'm not super ideological. Like I'd like to think that I'm a materialist and that I can have a materialist perspective on these things that are like supernatural and not very materialist. But I don't know. I'm really excited to talk about this with the communards more. Also, it's day 4 in the game. How many days are in this game? How much more time do I have? I have no idea. But I am fucking excited to keep playing, and I'm so excited that I can like regularly play now. Oh my gosh. So, peace out everybody.